Welcome to the CSN Podcast. I'm Walker.
I'm Trenton.
And I am Jerry.
And today is May 1st, 2025. We got a bunch of things going on in the sports world. Last week we had the NFL draft stream, which went all right. I don't know if many people saw that, but...
No, I think we had, 10 viewers, something like that. Not a lot, obviously, but people tapping in.
Yeah, people...
Hey, people tapped in.
Yeah.
10 lunatics tapped
We'll take who we got.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be going over the draft and the NBA playoffs and a little bit of the NHL playoffs.
Just a sprinkle.
That'll be brief.
Just a sprinkle.
Yeah, Casual Sports Network for a reason. We don't know shit about
Really anything.
Well, no.
We're trying our best over here.
We don't know hockey.
Yeah, no. The NBA has definitely taken over for my viewing experience. Not been tuned into hockey as much as I probably should have.
Yeah.
But let's hop right into the NBA playoffs. What do you guys want to start with? We just wanted an overview. We're just going to overview the entire landscape. What do you guys want to start with, though?
I know what we should start with. What about those Lakers?
Yeah,
I'm thinking
No, we can't start like this, guys.
We're
Yeah,
starting
we're
like
starting
this.
with the
No,
Lakers.
I'm starting like this.
So, actually, I don't know if we brought this up. Maybe we briefly did. Me and Walker had a bet worth $50. I had
Big money.
Big money, yeah, lots of money.
Big.
I had the Knicks going deeper in the playoffs than the Lakers. Lakers got booted last night.
And
Knicks still in it.
Yeah,
Stay.
it's a close game at halftime right now. We do have that up, but yeah, sure. If you guys want to start with this, we can. Let's talk about what happened to the Lakers.
Yeah, give us the breakdown.
Yeah, I'll give you what I saw. So,
Let me hear you.
as somebody who watched every one of these games pretty intently, I thought I was chilling. I thought I was chilling with this bet. I thought that, Bron and Luka, how can you go wrong? Tread warned me, no bigs, no defense. And that's exactly what we really saw. They started out the series with allowing Minnesota the perfect game. I honestly, the big thing is that Julius Randle doesn't show up in the playoffs. He did.
He did.
He did. Every game, basically, Julius Randle showed up, balled out.
Yep.
Playoff Julius.
The Lakers just...
The juice.
There were a couple games where, either Bron played really well or Luka played really well. Never really came together. It never looked like a well-oiled machine to me. AR disappeared for the entire series.
Yeah.
Preach.
Just really sloppy basketball. There was a game, I think it was not game 5, but game 4, where Lakers should have won. They turned the ball over 20 times, so it's really hard to win any sport when you turn the ball over that many times.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, no, I mean, surprisingly, LeBron James, the heart of that team at 40 years old should not be the case.
Well, he's playing center last night. He's playing center.
Listen, that's a shit show of an offense, shit show of a defense, shit show of a performance by the Lakers. So,
They didn't show up.
They did not show up. They were not ready for the playoffs. They were in-season basketball right there.
I'm not going to do this whole thing where we're just going to talk about the Lakers because they're the LA Lakers and they have LeBron and Luka. Minnesota came to play.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, Julius Randle, McDaniels, and even in Game 5 last night to close the series, after I talked mad shit about this guy, Rudy Gobert drops a career game. They were the better team. They were the better team.
Time.
It's that 4-time.
That's Mr. 4-time.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish deep boys. But
no,
I actually hate Rudy. I'm not a fan.
I hate Rudy Gobert so much.
But he was dominant. He was. I'm gonna say it. He was a dog yesterday.
He was a dog.
He was a dog.
The ball went up. The Lakers missed the shots, But when that ball came down, it was Rudy jumping up, grabbing that thing.
I guess just pointing it back up.
You know what he looked like? Bill Russell.
They look like Bill. No,
Rudy Gobert to Bill Russell is crazy.
That's a crazy comp. That's a crazy comp. I can't even
You're going to be
that.
Bill Russell against a guy that's, 4 inches shorter than you. So
that's true.
Yep.
Yeah. But the Lakers get booted in a gentleman's sweep. Absolutely heartbreaking for me. And also just, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. I wanted to see Luka and Bron play good together, but
I didn't think that. I didn't know.
That's gonna take
I
some
thought-
time,
I
and
need an
time
offseason.
is not what LeBron has.
no, it's not. And which is why we were talking about this last night. That Williams guy from the Hornets, they were in trade talks. Williams in a first, and they would have traded Connect or something, who did not participate last night.
Yeah, Dalton.
No, let's go rookie. First round pick.
Yeah, they could have had.
Could have had a 7-1 big in
Yeah.
the series.
He had injury problems, I think, and I think
No.
he failed his physical. He failed his physical.
Failed his
He failed his physical
because of drugs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Was it the Mary Jane?
may have been.
May have been the Mary
Yes.
Jane, which
Surprisingly enough, it's kind of a side topic. Don't know why that's still a thing in the NBA.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't care anymore.
Well, obviously
There's certain
bit.
type of stuff they don't.
can't be injecting yourself with crank and then showing up in
they're
court
pretty
anymore.
strict on what drugs you can put in your body.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care how he's been recently, or if he's a little tweaked. You gotta get a big that averages a double, and that now all of a sudden you actually are a realistic contender.
You need like two,
You
actually.
need a Rudy.
You need somebody. They currently have really nobody. Their only quote unquote big got booted from the game with 5 minutes left in the third last night. They had the Minnesota in bonus with 8 minutes left in the third. That's not going to help out great.
No.
That's actually a death sentence.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you're due to lose at that
actually
point.
doomed at that point.
Yeah.
And Ant played a great series, don't get me wrong, but the difference here was not the fact of how great Anthony Edwards is. It was the fact that he had help, which Bron and Luka didn't really have. They don't have a bench. It was bad. I mean, there was that game 4, LeBron played the entire fourth, never really got a break, basically played the entire half. Just a terrible showing. Disappointing. But
Can agree. Like I said, warned you. I warned you.
you did.
But,
We'll see.
nonetheless, it was...
Sure, it's up right now.
Yeah, it's not over. It's not over, but,
It's a one possession game.
Yeah.
Halftime.
We'll go into this series. Or actually, you guys want to go over this? Just get the sweeps out of the way.
Yeah, we can go over the teams that could actually
we
dunk
can
on.
briefly talk about these.
That's an easy thing. Milwaukee, they're a corpse. Dame tore his Achilles, which is horrible.
Yeah.
After that point, they're already doomed. They had no shooters.
The Pacers looked great, though.
Pacers looked good. They played good. They played their brand of basketball. That's what they had to do.
Like we were saying, the Lakers didn't do, which was at all in the series, which was looked like a well-oiled machine. The Pacers are consistent. They look
good.
well-oiled.
Looks solid. No, they have a good roster. So,
I don't think they'll go deep.
no.
No, they're about to get
But
booted.
they'll be...
They'll get losing 5.
They can be
team.
competitive.
They might take a game and over tier, so they're
Yeah.
a good team. I don't know if they can beat a Cleveland.
No. Cannot beat a Cleveland.
Cleveland's way too much talent.
That Cavs team
It's really
scares me a little bit.
Cavs team is insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of the cat, well, actually, real quickly, with the Bucks getting destroyed in their series, now all of a sudden, after he got in a fight with Halliburton's dad as well.
No, he
Not a gentleman sweep.
Because Halliburton's dad was talking, started talking shit to him.
Yeah.
He was just literally, Giannis was literally minding. Look, no one was talking to Giannis. He was just standing there, minding his own business, like, all right, we lost. It's all like not good. Season's over. His dad presses him. He's like, Giannis is pissed right now. He just lost. Season's over. Giannis is gonna press him. He got right up in his face.
Yeah. He's probably said some crazy shit.
Probably spoke to him in some crazy Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he's apparently not allowed at any home or away games anymore, which
Rest of the year.
rest of the year, yeah,
Well,
kind of
there's a-
sucks.
no.
Kind of deserved as well.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be walking. You can't be walking up to the
Cannot be
play.
doing that.
I think the only person that ever get away with getting near players was freaking Drake, like 6 years ago. When he just started massaging Nick Nurse, I'm like, how's he not how's he able to be on the court right now?
He's a billionaire.
Do whatever he
Exactly.
wants with his Raptors.
Halliburton's dad is just Halliburton's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Giannis, we might see him move. That's an interesting talk that's gonna start.
That's
going
a
on.
monster trade. That's
That-
4 players, 3 first.
That's
right
one
there.
of the biggest trades of all time. Because
That's a top 3 player in
Giannis
basketball.
is generational. Like, yes, Luka But Giannis is a little different than Luka because Giannis has won an MVP, he's won a championship.
No,
Big
Giannis
game
is
changer.
has been a top 3 player in basketball for the
Yeah.
last 6 years.
Yeah,
Doesn't
for sure. He was
might-
top 1 for a few years.
Top 1 for 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
I'll say Giannis.
Easily.
I'll say that when Jokic won his first MVP, Giannis was still better, and then Jokic took the crown.
Voters fatigue. This might be a future discussion as well.
Giannis showed
Sky
like,
versus Jokic.
which I think it's not even a discussion
I
in
think
my
it's
head.
I
but
think it's Jokic, but it's gonna be Shea.
It's gonna be.
I
It's all
don't know
right.
how
I'm
it could be
I'm
Shea.
I'm okay. Best player on the best team. Had
Yeah.
scored 30 points a game.
Not the best team.
They have the best
Best
record.
team in their
Best record.
Best record.
conference.
That's what I'm saying. The best team, like overall record. They always say go by best record.
Yeah.
The record means a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Giannis also might hit the. I'm sorry, I'm mad at the Lakers still. He might hit the treadmill every now and then.
The
Unlike
Lakers have.
Luka.
I'll be honest. The Lakers getting Giannis is not likely.
No.
No, the Lakers aren't. I'm saying
I thought all brothers were
Giannis
saying.
hits the treadmill, unlike Luka. When we were talking about
Well,
the
they're
difference in their
they're just
trade
different-
value.
They're just
Those
different builds.
Two different
They're
styles.
different builds.
No, 100%. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think Luka's a one.
Luka's a little chubby.
He's a
Giannis
one-way
can't
player.
shoot for shit.
Luka's got that chubby build. Luka
Yeah.
can rip those threes.
Yeah,
Giannis can just take 2 steps and dunk.
Yeah.
yeah.
He will bully you.
He would bully you.
He'll bully anybody.
He'll wear you down.
Yeah.
He'll wear you down too. He's
Yep.
Um,
So I mean, yeah, I mean, I can get into the Knicks Pistons series now. So obviously 3-2 Knicks. I just want to point out the Knicks player Jalen Brunson. He's averaging 30. He's struggling in Game 5, but he's got a ankle injury going on. So we'll see if that keeps going on.
he's been feeling that ankle at least once a game.
Yeah.
So-
For sure. I mean, that's the problem with basketball, though. You know, you take a weird step. And that being said, the Garden, you have to fix your court. It looked like he stepped on a trampoline.
Oh, that was in
I'm pretty sure that was the other night.
That was in
the
Detroit.
Garden.
that was
Or
in
was
Detroit.
that in Detroit?
Yeah,
That's what
That's
that was the
ridiculous.
first game in Detroit.
Wow. Yeah. Crazy.
What do you see? Like, are you still heavily favoring the Knicks closing it out right now, or
Yeah. I mean, just talking about the roster, Mikal Bridges is playing well. He hasn't really had a strong season. He's averaging 22, about 50% from the field. That's one of your role players. Cat has been inconsistent. That's kind of the big thing I've seen. He pulls it together. I could see them being competitive with the Celtics.
inconsistent? Meaning he's not seeing that top level
No.
play.
No, he's doing well like a Mikal Bridges. You're one of the star players. You got to be shooting one of the best. You got to be playing part of Jalen Brunson.
Plucking him from Minnesota was it's a big deal. You got to come and fucking bring
Yeah.
it in the playoffs.
Yeah,
That
for
being
sure.
said, one game that I think it was game 3, he had a really nice game. Maybe it was game 2.
I think it was game 2. Yeah. But apart from that, Josh Hart, another guy that's got to step it up. I mean, he's a really good defender, good rebounder. Honestly, I wouldn't say he's disappeared, but just a little disappointing. Cunningham's been great. Really impressed. This is a Pistons team that went from 30th in the league to the 6th seed. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cunningham 25, 9 and 9. Very impressive. He had a nice triple-double the other night. Tobias Harris, that's your old head, playing solid. That's playoff Tobias.
That's about his
expect that.
ass usually. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's pretty ass usually.
No, but he's been good recent years though.
He had a good shot in that game. When we
Yeah.
got the game going, he had a nice little shot.
Yeah. Jalen Duren, 9, 14, and 6. Nothing crazy. I'd say he's been the matchup against Cat for the most part. He's held his own, we could say. Schroeder, Haven't really paid attention to him.
He's just
your
he's the typical backup
off the
point guard.
bench.
Yeah, typical
Yeah.
backup point guard.
Playing fine.
I'll say what's interesting to me about this series is just the way that these games flow. It's like the same thing every night, and it's
back and forth.
Third quarter, Detroit takes the lead, and then they blow it in the fourth quarter, and that's vice versa for the Knicks.
Every quarter, you have a different leader in the game. It's chippy. It's a lot like that Denver Clippers series.
This to me is my favorite series, but I would agree that it is very much like that.
That's what's your favorite series?
This is my favorite series to watch.
It's honestly, Knicks have been inconsistent. That's what they're playing down.
They play down
playing down to
they always
competition. I know. I understand
Knicks.
that. So obviously, key
simple.
Yeah, it is plain and simple. Key takeaways, like I said, offensive, defensive inconsistencies for the Knicks, Pistons. I would say defensively great, and then you have your star players like
both teams have been playing good defense.
There's been at this point multiple times where the Pistons have given up. I want to say a 14-0 run.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a 17-3 run, but
the end of the game, like not.
Where is that the entire game? That's kind of what I'm pointing out. Like
with the Knicks, I'm
Knicks can score.
I'm saying, why is Detroit forgetting how to play basketball at moments in these games? They have honestly, in my opinion,
young team.
I've been talking to a lot of Knicks fans, and their narrative of this whole thing is so backwards. The Pistons have given games to New York. It's not like New York's been coming out and dominating. The only reason they have 3 wins in the series is because there's an iffy call at the end of the one game. I think it was game 3. And the first game the Pistons game 4, sorry.
Game 4.
And the Pistons allowed a 21-0 run in game 1.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this narrative is from where Knicks fans are saying if calls are being given out fairly, we'd be winning every one of these games by 30. I don't see that. I really don't. That to me is why it makes it such a great series.
Yeah, and I mean every game after game 1 has been within 10 points, which is awesome. Not even within 8 points. So no, we'll see. I mean, we had the game pulled up here.
Just started.
Halftime. After halftime.
Third quarter.
So we will know who wins the series, or if we're going to a game 7. So
you got a tie ball game. That's all I gotta say.
Quickly, let's get the two other blowouts out of the way. OKC smashed the Grizzlies. That's the best team in the West, and a team.
The Grizzlies were embarrassed.
Grizzlies were not a playoff team, so
they collapsed. They were a playoff team in January.
Yeah. They fell into the play-in.
By April, the team fired the coach.
Which realistically, in basketball, if you're firing your coach before the playoffs, you are not winning.
That's what Denver did. Denver did that a week before the playoffs started.
I don't know how Denver's competitive right
Denver's because
Jokic
is telling the team to play ball.
I know why. But apart from that person, yeah.
Because he's the MVP.
Do you know who you're talking about?
Yeah, I do. Do
you know how good Nicole is?
30-20-20.
Yeah, he's unreal.
Mr. 30-20-20.
Mr.
60-10-10.
Mr. They lost that game.
Yeah.
And then both the Cavs and the Celtics taking care of business. Celtics to me that is the best starting lineup in basketball, hands down, and they're gonna be probably in contention for.
They're a little banged up right now, though.
They are banged up. Drew Holiday
hurt his hammy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tatum has a wrist. I think Brown is a little tweaked up too. Jaylen Brown's a little tweaked. So, but I think they'll be fine. They'll play. Who they play? The winner of Knicks Pistons.
Is there a reality where Indiana?
No, they'll play winners of Knicks Pistons.
Yeah.
That's easy. Boston's in the conference final. It's Boston, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Wins that.
Yeah.
And it's OKC in 7 probably. I don't know.
Probably.
But that's too early to tell. Still.
Well,
too early. That's too early.
Tell us about Denver and the Clippers.
Oh, the best series right now?
Your best series.
The best series going on right now? All right. Let me tell you about this Denver Clippers.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Denver LA series.
Yeah.
Game 1. OT Denver win.
Yeah.
By 2? Great. Game 2, 3-point Clipper win. All right.
Kawhi showing.
That was the robot
That's the
game.
robot
That
game.
was the robot
15
game.
for 19.
Yeah, I think he was.
Game 3 is
he
a
was
blowout for the
13
Clippers.
14 at one point
Yeah.
or something like that.
Game 3 is
So.
blowout for the Clippers. No big deal. Game 4, 2-point Denver win.
Yeah,
The Aaron Gordon, the Giannis, the
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon dunk.
that was
Cinema.
different to see. Yeah,
1 seconds left.
Jokic just chucking up a shot. Aaron Gordon bringing it
The
down.
thing is, that shot was incredible. The shot before by Jokic to tie up the game originally, that little shoulder step, like little 8 fade. Oh, ew.
Disgusting.
Ew. Only way I can describe that shot is one more. Ew. And then he got blown out last game.
Yeah.
He got blown out. It looked horrible.
So what are you seeing for? It's 3-2. Game starts at 10 p.m. tonight as of we're recording this. What are you seeing? Are you? What are
I
you
want to see a
picking?
game 7 in this series desperately.
But realistically, all hard out of it.
LA's Clippers are home though too. I'm gonna say Clippers by 5.
I like that.
Clippers by 5. Jokic drops 50 points and
50-point loss. I
no,
can see
probably
that.
not.
So
He probably drops a triple double.
Maybe 30-point triple double.
Yeah,
Another
probably.
Jokic night.
I think
so
it's a big Zubac night.
Yeah.
Big Zubac. So it's 17.
Zubac's gotta lock in.
17 and 12 tonight for Zubac.
Yep.
Jamal Murray's coming off a 43-point game from last what was that, game 5, and then this is what I have a question for you right now. Harden in the playoffs, it's been looking like that.
Yeah, no, it's James Harden
And
playoffs.
aside from Kawhi's robot game, there's he I'm not saying he hasn't been impressive but Kawhi's always impressive. For a guy like Kawhi, I need to see another 40-point game if you're going to win
happen
this
tonight.
series. It
Gonna
has
happen.
to be
It
tonight.
has to happen.
It will
tonight.
be tonight.
It's do or die tonight.
It has
It
to
will
be
be
tonight.
It's do or die.
We have seen Kawhi for almost a decade.
Oh, I love every second of it.
So, yeah, he's been in a lot of moments like this. He's played with the Spurs. Love me some Kawhi Leonard.
Oh,
good.
wow. Just realized we didn't even debut the intro screens.
No, we have not.
Oh,
But we got him here.
let that sit. Let that sit for a couple
Like I
seconds.
said,
Let's let
Let
that
that- let
sit
that
for
sit
a couple
there.
minutes. We're wrapping up here
Minutes.
with the NBA.
what else have we not? What have we not talked about? Golden
Warriors-
State, Houston.
Warriors-
Golden State,
Rockets.
Houston, and that's about it.
That's my least watched series. I don't know what's going on in that series too much. I know Curry had a really bad game, and he's also had very, very good games.
Well,
More good games than bad, though.
we watched game 4 the other night.
I
Me
know
and Trent.
he had a masterclass one night.
It was
Curry masterclass.
Curry had a
for sure.
masterclass
He-
one night.
That's Chef Curry.
absolutely dominating a performance.
Ripping everything. Like always, but
Classic
man,
Curry.
they were dropping. They were dropping. Without Jimmy Buckets, too. So, that's an impressive one.
Yeah, Jimmy is back,
Yeah,
but to what percent is he able to perform?
right.
Is this game? When's their next game? Tomorrow?
There's only a game tomorrow. They play.
Close it out.
I think if you close
Would
out,
really like to
It's in
see.
Golden State.
you
I
close
believe.
out at home. That's an easy goal.
And that being
You win by
said-
15. You win by 15 there.
You need Jimmy to get a few
Oh,
days off.
You win by 8, and Curry hits you with the night Houston. Oh, that'd be beautiful. That would be
Night,
beautiful.
Yep.
Night.
A few Trey bombs to end it.
So
Yeah,
he's gonna let it hang.
probably.
He's gonna be like that, let it hang. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than where else can we go with this Houston Golden State series?
I don't see another universe where Golden State doesn't win this game.
I also agree.
You need to win this game if you want to stay competitive in the playoffs.
Jimmy Butler is going to drop a 30-point. Curry with another
Probably
30.
this is going to be a low point game for Jimmy.
The
Jimmy's playing hurt too.
what's
Yeah.
the what the
They're
the
going to limit him.
the pod what's his last name?
Podzolski.
Podzolski.
White
Pods.
boy.
You call him
Yeah,
Pods.
he had
You
a
call him
crazy
Pods.
game the
Yeah.
other night.
He's
Pods
had
is-
a
I like
great
Pods.
year. He's been really good.
He's been really good because no, actually, okay, not the whole year. He was really bad from October to about January.
Was he? Okay.
And then they got Jimmy Butler and he became very good.
Yeah.
He's just that good
Well, that's
piece you
what
want.
Jimmy was the piece they needed.
You
They needed
want
somebody else to
like,
take somebody
well, you
off.
want that alpha. You want alphas. You want
Man,
dogs.
and also Draymond, he's playing depoy.
No,
level.
Draymond is my depoy.
Well,
Nah, for me it was Dyson Daniels. 3 steals a game.
it's Dyson Daniels.
But
Yeah.
who won it? Was that Mobley?
It might have been.
I think it was Mobley won it. Which is deserved. I see why, but I think Dyson Daniels should win it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully this will be a closeout for the Warriors because I want to keep watching Curry. Sorry to the Rockets, you're young. And
Trade
I
for
want to
Kevin
see.
Durant.
Want to see.
Trade for
great-
Giannis.
It's really similar with Pistons and the Rockets. Just young teams.
They have the
Could
same.
care less if they're still in the playoffs.
They got the 2 twins too.
Yeah. Thompsons?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be back next year.
I think I don't know about Detroit, but I do think Houston's going to make a trade for one of the stars. They might trade for KD. They might trade for Giannis. They might trade for one of the
You could
big.
see the Pistons trading for a solid player, too,
Dude,
though.
I can just
I don't know. This
even
off-seasons.
even a team like Memphis might try to do something.
Interesting off-seasons in
This is gonna
sports.
this is going to be a big offseason for the NBA.
For all sports. It has been.
It's always an off season for them
It
all.
is. It is.
NFL's always a big one. NFL
Yeah.
offseason's like they have like its own day for schedule day. What was it? May 14th was like 2 weeks from now. Bill's schedule's out. Like,
Yeah.
like by the time like it's like that Thursday, I'm like, oh, look, you kind of hyped.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
they-
say the NBA is significant because you do have two studs, generational talents that are like possibly looking to move. KD for sure.
KD's gone. No,
KD's gone.
No, the Suns are sad straight up. KD would not. KD's getting traded.
That is a.
Terrible way to
They
say.
just wrecked their odds.
They had such a great team, and then out of nowhere, their team was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Don't have a first round pick until 31 maybe.
They don't have any right. They don't have the rights. They have a couple first, but they're not theirs technically.
You lose your center, you see a lot of bad things happen. You see that with the Suns. You see
No,
that with the
DeAndre
Lakers.
is ass anyways.
No, yeah, I love DeAndre.
DeAndre
Love me
is-
some DeAndre.
He's the laziest person. He's the laziest
Fine.
player out there.
That's okay. Guess what? He gets every board.
He was a dog for like a year and a half.
He gets every board still. Now, is he horrible at
Everything else?
offense? Yes, but he gets your boards, and that's something they did not
I
have.
want to say much worse things about DeAndre Ayton because I don't like DeAndre Ayton.
That's fine. That's fine. He will get you the board.
Tell you all.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
So, just a quick, let's see where we think. Who do you guys have in the conference finals for each of these conferences? And
Okay,
it's unfortunately kind of obvious.
the East is obvious. If you don't have Cleveland and Boston,
yeah.
You're shooting up a prayer.
Basically.
you're either a delusional Knicks fan or
Exactly. You're delusional Knicks fan is what I was looking for.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be a little weird with the West. I'm going Minnesota, Golden State.
Oh, that's
Wow.
grimy. That's
A little
grimy.
grimy.
I disagree.
That's
I think it's going to be OKC. Who is
That was my next one.
Okay,
I think it's OKC Minnesota.
I'm going grimy. Okay.
I think Minnesota's a better team than the Warriors.
I would say so.
If OKC matches up against Minnesota, it's OKC every day of the week.
Well,
Just the matchups are
that matchup's horrible for the
not in
Warriors.
favor for the. No, I'm saying for the T-Wolves.
I'm gonna say.
T-Wolves versus OKC. Yeah.
No, they can play
They
big.
match up horrible.
They can play big, but it's
Yeah.
that's way too many defenders.
Rudy's gonna get
Rudy's gonna get
torched by Chet.
Rudy's gonna be in the freaking meat grinder.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downplay what you're saying because everything you're saying is right, but we know this. OKC is
No.
hands down obviously better than on paper.
Well, yes,
And
I'm just
reality
saying
and
it's all
everything.
about
They won
matchup.
68 games.
It's all about
something like
matchup.
that. They're
Look
really
at,
good.
the Lakers look better on paper going into it.
No.
Yes,
Nah,
they did.
on paper you could.
With Luka,
The only
You see the roster, I'm like, oh, I see 3 good players, maybe 4.
that's why you're favoring the Lakers, though.
The only reason
wasn't,
you're
though.
favoring the Lakers is
We
because
weren't.
it's Bron and
Other
Luka.
people were.
Because it's Bron and Luka.
Exactly. I'm just pointing out that NBA is all about matchups. It's big versus small ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taking small ball.
I just had to send my prayer out there because I
That's
wanted
fine.
to see
That's fine.
Ron get a ring. But it's not this year, and it might be never again.
He's got
so.
many rings.
Oh, what was that? Yeah, it's never.
He's got many rings.
He
You
has
know
4.
who?
He has 4.
Yeah, he's got many.
got
You know
lots
who
of
he's
them.
got less than? Michael Jordan.
He's got less than Mike.
Yeah.
He's got
okay.
less than Magic. He's got less than Bill, but Bill's got a lot.
Yeah.
Bill's got 11. That's, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
he's
not
got
going
less
to be
than-
touched
He's got less
ever
than
again.
Robert Horry. Robert Horry got 7 of those Johns.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that'll probably close out unless you guys have any final statements to
MJ.
make. I think that we're ready over here to head into our next segment here, which is
And-
recapping the
Yeah.
NFL draft.
Yes, it is. We will be going through our top 5.
Picks after that.
Yeah.
But-
After we speak on everything.
We're just gonna quickly go over what happened here. I didn't take many notes from our draft night stream. Biggest trade that happened off the bat, there was 5 trades in the first round.
Something
There
like
was
that.
5. There was 5.
The first one was the Jags moving up to 2 to Cleveland's picks. To pick Cleveland's
Taking
pick,
Travis.
taking Travis Hunter off the board.
I love the pick.
Real quick, I don't know if you guys saw what's his
presser?
name? The
GM's presser.
The GM's presser was they had been planning to pick Travis for
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that trade
I
was
love
made like 2 weeks ago.
yeah. He
For
was
sure.
It was like 3
it
weeks
was
ago
in
now.
there quick.
Well, like a month
Like,
ago
it
now.
popped up almost 2 minutes in.
Well, yeah, because they knew because they made the trade a month ago now, something
Yeah.
like that.
No, I'm. Yeah. That's
What's
what I'm
interesting
saying.
to me is they kind of have him in the wide receiver room first, and it sounded like from what they were saying, they have him in the wide receiver room first and DB second, which is intriguing to me because I think he's a better defensive back right now than he is a receiver.
would
He's
agree.
kind of a raw receiver talent in general, but that being said, this guy is even the guys that did play both ways in college. They come out and they're like, I didn't do what this guy did.
No.
He is different. Maybe early in his career we could see him on both sides of the ball for a little bit.
Names like Jabril Peppers. He was great in college, but yeah, he was not doing that.
And I don't see anyone ever playing every snap
No.
in an NFL football game. But talking about, let's say we put him at DB, get some wide receiver packages out there for him. Things like
We want a
that.
couple posts. We want to go out occasionally.
Just
fun.
have some formations where he's out there.
I want
Like,
him on a few
You
drives.
have a playbook where you have the offensive playbook, and then you have
Travis Hunter's
you have
playbook.
a playbook with Travis Hunter instead with his packages.
Yeah,
and it's
you
like,
have 10
you still have like, no, not
you
10,
have
you have two
10
like
plays
15
for Travis
No,
Hunter.
you're like 15, 20 still. You still use them like a good bit, but you still have a good bit of packages.
Get him in open space.
Yeah, you put him out there maybe in like a bunch outside, get him a screen. That guy
Don't
just
even-
makes plays.
At that point, don't even have him in at every passing play.
Oh no.
Have him,
It
Yeah.
would be
have him
interesting.
give him a run block play occasionally at that point. Like, keep him on offense still. I feel like.
Yeah, you can't have him get the ball every time he's out there because
No,
then
I'm
it's
saying
like,
like have him run a route where he's not the main guy.
Yeah.
I have a package still in the like the book where it's like there's 10 plays he's the first option, 10 plays the second option, third place is the check down, last resort option. Like no one's open checks down.
yeah. But the Jags, like you were saying, they're really hyped up about this. What's his name? Liam Cohen might have gotten some aura back after his
that
injury.
one-handed catch.
That one-handed catch, that was smooth. Did you see that?
That was smooth.
I did not see that.
I kind of want to get that up.
Yeah, he was playing some catch with Travis. Was this maybe his first day in the building? I have no clue.
It might have been. Oh no, because he was there that on I think
that
draft
day-
night.
a few days after. Him and Travis were playing some catch, and Travis was a high ball, and one hands the shit out of it. It was great.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's an ex-NFL quarterback. I don't expect anything less. But
Oh, let's see this. Let me pull this up for everyone real quick.
I can play the quarterback too. I can throw the ball. So like trick way,
They're just playing some catch.
yep.
Oh, this is the bad clip, I think.
No, it's all right.
Oh, we're not seeing it there. Hold up, one second. I gotta get this up.
4-2 for breakfast. Dion. I love it.
He did run a 4.2 for breakfast back in the day, that's for sure. But,
Oh, this is unfortunate. Should have had this one ready to go.
no, I mean, it's alright. Not a great clip. I mean, it was fun to see, but doesn't add anything to our podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so that was the main thing. I thought the other thing was the wide receivers in general, besides Tet, who was taken 8th overall by the Panthers. The class in general, I felt, dropped a little further back than people may have expected. We didn't see another wide receiver taken until, I think, 19.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens, though.
Yeah, no, 100% that's what usually
There's
happens.
always receivers picked from like 20 for 25. It's always guaranteed receivers. Always a receiver having needed team in that area.
And really, the top teams that are, bottom in the league, they don't need wide receiver right now.
Because usually have a star quarterback where we have way more needs where my star quarterback can bail me out on offense.
We need O-line and D-line if I'm if I'm not the Panthers. That's a bad example there. We need O-line, D-line if we're basically any rebuilding franchise.
Yeah. Well, you always start with the trenches with the rebuild.
Yeah.
Rebuild, your team doesn't look horrible. It looks slightly horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, all right, we can improve on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weaker tackle class for sure.
No,
Well,
it was
just offensive line in
It
general.
was a weaker class in general. So it was just a lot of like second to third round talents just throughout the whole draft.
Yeah. But there was a lot of positions where there was a lot of depth, like the
Running back. Running back
edges,
class was
running
loaded.
back, edge rushers.
Edge rushers, there was a lot.
D linemen in general, the D line in general, I feel like, not first round grade talent guys, but a lot in the second and third round.
It was deep. It was a deep class for the defensive line.
Yep.
Which is great because there's a lot of teams that needed it. Us being one of them.
Yeah, and we'll get to the Bills draft here in a little bit, but what else did you guys? Let's just get the obvious out of the way. Biggest story of the entire night. Shedeur. Well, not night. Days.
It was not just day one, not day two. It was day three, but
Day 3.
not a fourth rounder.
Deep into day 3.
Halfway through day 3, early fifth round, I think.
A sentence worse than death. You just been selected
By the
by.
Cleveland Browns.
Also, the prank call by what's his name's son?
Oh, the Urback, Jeff.
Jeff
LAFDC. Yeah, Ulbrich.
Jeff Albrecht's son. Hilarious. It's
People
horrible.
are saying, "Oh, this is really." It happens every year to so many
Yeah,
guys.
you're
heard it
saying this
Instagram
because
on.
it's Shedeur. You guys feel bad for him. Listen, if it was me, Shedeur's getting undrafted. I do not see much in that. There's not much talent there.
Disagree.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to disagree with that statement.
Nope, I've thought about it more and more. That is a practice squad quarterback.
I like how you agree. I knew he wasn't a day one quarterback, and I knew he wasn't like.
Is he better,
Sure.
I
is he
knew
better
he
than
was.
Dylan Gabriel?
Yes. He should not have been
Yes.
drafted over Dylan Gabriel.
Is
No.
he better than Jalen Milrow?
No. I actually,
Yes.
that's a
On my
toss-up for
board,
me.
yes, but Jalen Milrow had better potential.
Yep, I agree with that.
Jalen Milrow had a high ceiling.
I think that's right. It was the potential thing for Shedeur, but I also just part of me sees that like this is Dion's son, yes, so there's gonna be a lot of loud and noise coming towards the
Dion was
building,
the
which
agent
sucks.
too.
But yeah, and that probably pushed some people away. I'm sure Dion said some stupid things. That was what came out the night of, was that a lot of these guys came away from the
Yeah,
meeting with
all the
Shedeur.
rumors with his Giants one was horrible. Like Dable, like you saw in Hard Knocks, Dable of like Daniels. He was like giving him something. Like Daniels made like everything right. Like make like one or two small tweak mistakes. It was like no big deal, all mistakes. Shedeur probably, I think I saw was he came in prepared, and then when Dable pressed him for not being prepared, he kind of showed like he was kind of like
Cocky.
about it.
Yeah.
And Dable pressed him about it,
And
then
that's-
he came off like an asshole.
That's my thing. I think he didn't
He's like Johnny Football, but Johnny Football
didn't
on round
want to
one.
show out because he didn't want to get drafted by the team.
Yeah,
And
he
that's
also-
part of it.
He also didn't throw.
Yeah. Didn't throw at his pro day.
Didn't throw at the combine.
Yeah,
Broke
and,
combine.
and you see top tier quarterback talent not doing that. That's the thing, Shedeur. You're not top tier
not.
quarterback talent. You need to show
You
these
have
guys.
to throw.
Yeah,
If
have
it
to
was
throw it.
last year's draft, you are dropping very far, much like this one. And
He still would have been a fifth
and
rounder,
he-
probably.
Probably. He might have been 6th round. Because
if your last name's not Sanders, probably.
yeah.
That's the thing, is everything seems to have been given to him. He just got his name put up at Colorado
He had
for
no
leading
home-
his team
zero
to a
home
bad
runs.
season.
He
Yes.
won
People that
one
have
game
bowls.
against a 25 team.
People that have bowls aren't up there.
Yeah, people have rings on that team
Yeah.
that aren't on there.
Yeah.
Rings.
Rings. Yeah. Insane.
So that's the reason. And also coming into the draft saying, "Oh, we're not going to specific teams. You're not Eli Manning, okay? You actually realistically are not that great of a quarterback prospect. You are going to go to any and that's why you're at the Browns. That's why you end up at the Browns.
Like, that's the thing. Eli had the last name of Manning. He was also a elite quarterback prospect coming out of Ole Miss, too, on top of that, where it's... Yeah, Sanders, but at the same time, Deion was the agent.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest issue.
And there's so much that comes with having a Sanders on your team. But, I agree. This was well-deserved. That being said, I don't think he should have dropped as far as he did.
No.
There's a couple teams that passed up not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times that probably could have used him.
Yep.
Steelers passed up a
Now-
bunch.
Yeah, they passed up 3 times.
Going back to what I said, will he be a practice squad quarterback? Yes. I think Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, who else do they have in front of him? Obviously, Deshaun.
They have
Deshaun's gonna be on
They have
that.
Gabriel, Deshaun, Flacco.
I don't know. They obviously want to move on from Deshaun, but I don't know how you get rid of him.
Can't really. It's going to be on, obviously, higher up on the depth chart. It probably goes Flacco, Pickett. Pickett could get that job, though. The more I've thought about it,
He
Pickett
can't get the
could
job or
that
get cut by training camp. Like, all these quarterbacks I can see getting
I
cut.
don't know. They might just keep 2
Flacco's on the
quarterbacks.
team. I don't think
Flacco's starting.
Flacco's on the
Flacco's
team.
starting
He's the
week
week 1
one.
starter. for sure.
Deshaun's
Never going to be seen on
don't
on
know.
the Browns
either
field
you
again.
put him on long-term IR, which they could do actually, and
Yeah.
then keep the 4 quarterbacks and maybe like cut one of them, cut Gabriel, cut Shador honestly at that point. But they wouldn't do that. You gotta see what you got in your rookies.
Yeah.
Anything else interesting that we want to like? I mean,
we covered it.
we
in our
covered
live
it last
stream,
week. So,
Yeah, we watched the first round. We talked about it.
any late round signings that I think are significant?
Speaking on the Sanders, Shiloh got picked up by the Bucks.
Yep.
It's cool to see.
Undrafted
I
free
do
agent.
like Shiloh. As much as I hate Shador, I like Shiloh.
I saw some film of him. He was getting freaking cooked.
He was getting cooked.
Yes, what Chen's saying right there. He is a great undrafted free agent. to
Yes.
bring in.
Oh, for like, I would bring him in if I need a safety help. I'm like, let's see what
He hits hard.
I'll bring in 3 safeties though.
He can hit,
That's what
and
I would've
honestly,
done.
he's got solid eyes. Like I watched a little bit of film. He either gets cooked or he's on the ball well. Like he's still fast. He's a Sanders.
Is he like a ball hawk where he just goes for the
Yeah.
ball? If he's either getting a pick or he's giving up a 30 yard.
It's boom or bust kind of play style.
Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Well,
There's-
I think Trayvon. I think the reason he had so many picks in 2023 is more because he's being targeted
He didn't have a very high target. That's
because he gives up
what I'm saying. He goes for the ball. It's either pick or
or touchdown.
yeah.
So
He's
Yeah.
either taking that shit 60 or he's giving it 60. Not a good way to play.
no, I don't like Trayvon.
No, I think he's overrated.
Yeah. But yeah, we can move on from the NFL draft as a whole and get into our
So do
next.
you want to do your draft grades real quick? Your
Let's do
top
our
five?
rankings.
Yeah, I want to do
Yeah, let's
top
go.
five.
Here it is.
We have our top 5 NFL team drafts.
We had the same idea.
Yeah, get right into the.
I thought okay.
I think we're gonna go down the line here. Jerry,
I'll tell you my top 5 real quick.
let's hear 1. I think we're gonna go 1 through 5.
We should do 5 through 1.
1 at an. Let's right. Start with your number 5. We'll go on a line. We'll wrap
Number
around.
5,
Number 5.
the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Bears. That's interesting.
I like their draft class a lot.
All right, tell me about the Bears.
All right.
I did not have them on my list.
So let me just. Sorry.
I considered putting them there, but
Yeah, they had.
First pick, Colston Loveland.
Yeah,
That's the Sam Laporta, the
Right.
pass catcher. You got Colt Kmet on the 2 tight end set. Brad Johnson's gonna love that.
yeah.
real quick, I was telling both these guys this story that Ian Rappaport was telling on the McAfee show earlier this week. because he can see all the phone calls being made.
Right.
And Tyler Warren was kind of, I'd say, the number one tight end on the board in most people's eyes. But NFL-wise, a lot of the phone calls that were going on in the league stopped when Loveland was picked. So
A lot of teams like
it seems like a lot of the NFL teams liked Loveland over Warren, or at least wanted to make a move for him.
Which we were also talking about. I don't think the Colts were one of those teams. I think they wanted Warren.
Yeah, so he's...
Me and Jerry were talking about this. Warren, he played a lot of like taking direct snaps at Penn State. So you might see him. You might see him in the shotgun. You might see a lot of trick plays with Warren. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Back to the Bears.
Yeah.
Drafting Loveland.
So they draft Loveland.
Yep.
I like the pick a lot. And then they got Luther Burton early in the second round.
I love that.
Steal.
That is a
Love the
steal.
pick.
Steal.
Who we got? You got DJ Moore, Zay, Luther Burton.
Burton's going to be better than Dunze. I'm saying that right now.
He has the potential to be.
A few months ago, Burton would have been like a
Top 15 pick. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And then they got Ozzie Trapilo, offensive tackle from Boston College.
Interesting.
Build the trenches.
Yep.
Next pick, Shamar Turner, defensive lineman. Another build the trenches. Linebacker, front of the box, corner, DB, French pick. Then
Yep.
just got some running back for Rutgers. That's just
Yeah.
he went and make team. But I just like the draft
So that's
class.
a 5 for you.
I just like the
number
draft
5?
class overall. Just how what positions they drafted mainly.
It's the reason that I didn't have them in my top 5 is a sneak peek at mine, I guess. But
Okay, sneak peek.
I did consider them because just like how the Bears the entire offseason have been, they just every move they make is the
Yes.
right one. At least they're targeting the right places.
But it will end up falling apart because it's the Bears.
Yeah, it's true.
But this Bears team has a little bit of pizzazz to them, which is weird.
They do.
They got a little bit of
And
different
bringing
pizzazz on
in-
than usual.
Bringing in a really good offensive-minded coach.
They have potential.
Yeah, Caleb's sky is the limit right now.
Agreed.
He can do so much with this team. Could we see 4,000 yards incoming? I don't know. Possibly.
They had not had a 4,000-yard passer in
Ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Yeah, that's right. Ever. Wow.
You're about to say
Surprisingly.
decades.
Decade.
I thought they would have. You think they would have
Decade.
one?
I would have thought the only person that did it was Cutler.
Nope. Smoking Jay didn't even do
Smoking
it.
Jay didn't
I'm
even
surprised-
do it. I think he had a 500-yard game.
You know
too.
why? Because Jay Cutler, he don't care. He doesn't care.
He does not
I
care.
don't care.
He still doesn't care.
Still doesn't. No.
You watch him throw a football, throws a pick. I don't care.
Yeah. Walk to the bench, put a dart in.
That's so
Yep.
funny.
But I would have thought maybe early into Mitch's career when they were, I would have thought Mitch had one.
Mitch's Pro Bowl season had like 3,500.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, what is your 4th best team, Jerry?
No. Just down the line.
Thought we were down the
Five
line
for you.
here.
Oh, we're doing it that way. Okay.
We're wrapping around.
Yeah. What's your number 5?
My number 5, and this is one that I think that people will disagree with, maybe you guys will, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers draft. Going with my personal second best receiver in the class, just an underrated guy. He was surrounded at Ohio State by, Marvin Harrison Jr., who, everyone knows that, and now with Smith over there. Never the star guy, but consistently an incredibly great wide receiver, Mika Ibuka. They grab him with pick 19. The night of the draft when the pick was made, we were like, well, you already got so many wide receivers. We don't know how Chris Godwin's going to come back, and now they don't need him to come back week 1 if he doesn't feel perfectly healthy to do so. And I love Ibuka.
Yeah.
I really liked the pick.
That
there.
pick just solidifies number 5.
No.
I think
Grabbing a lot of defensive help after that, some edge help. They had, who is this guy here? He's a dog. He was the safety, Marion. I liked him. He's like probably the 4th best safety on the board. They didn't have a pick. Anyways, edge help, some safety help.
Yep.
Some help on cornerback.
Wow.
Secondary was probably their biggest need going into the draft, and just grabbing a guy in the first round like Ibuka puts it over the edge for me. They make fifth. And get Baker as many weapons as you can. That guy threw 40 touchdowns last year.
Baker
Love me
slings
some
it.
Baker.
Baker slings it.
He will sling it, and he will keep slinging it with Ibuka.
Yeah,
That's for
he's
sure.
gonna have three
Three.
Pro Bowl caliber receivers
Yeah.
to throw to. So,
Pro
and
Bowl.
Kate Otten is a Pro Bowl possible tight end.
Kate Otton's great.
He can make plays when it's needed. Possible. I'm saying possible.
He's a weird.
Not pro-
He doesn't get a heavy target.
Pro
If he
Bowl.
gets a heavy target share, yes.
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
saying
great.
in
He
the
doesn't
right
get-
situation.
He doesn't get the targets.
Buka or one of these guys is not going to eat enough because there's just so much.
It's Kate on that doesn't eat enough.
Yeah.
He always takes a step back. He
a
always.
lot of hits last.
It's going to be a fun offense, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the Bucks.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're going to drop like 5 games that you think how they lose, and they
Baker
end up,
Mayfield will be-
they end up 10-7 still.
Will be my fantasy quarterback once again.
Are you
I'm
sure
gonna
about
say
that?
now. Yeah, he will be. Yes,
Are you
he will. I'm sure.
You know I'm picking him now before that.
No, you can reach for him.
You know I'm reaching for him.
You're not reaching for him.
I reached for Cooper Kupp. You know I'm doing it.
I want Baker.
I get you.
I
Pick him in the first round. Pick him in the first
Actually,
round, man.
I actually
no,
try.
I know who
can't.
my
No,
first
I
round
can't.
pick
My,
is. Yeah, my first round's Ashton Genty.
my fundamentals are. Oh my god.
I
I have done rookie running backs round 1 before.
I just don't. Yeah, rookie running back.
I've done it multiple times.
Doing it.
Remember CEH? That was
Yeah.
that was
I
a
remember
Edwards?
that.
Oh, man. Yeah.
had 2 good games.
Matthew Capalucci.
That cat.
We really tempted him into picking him.
We
And he
were
did.
like, yo, you should pick that guy. He's gonna
You
be
should,
really
yeah,
good.
you should pick
He's gonna
that
be
guy.
really good. He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
He played with that 2019 Tigers team. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bucks are 5 on my list. What is 5 for your list, Sean?
Number 5. Shit, you might see this team every year. Kansas City Chiefs, without a doubt.
Well, that's always a valid option.
First round, Josh Simmons, tackle.
No.
He went later than I expected.
I didn't think Josh Simmons would go last pick.
I did not. Yeah, steal that late in the draft. They needed offensive lineman help. Josh Simmons is their guy. A lot of defense, which was a big need. They got a D tackle in the second round, defensive end in the third. Other than that, big thing was Josh Simmons for me. Obviously, first round pick, getting that offensive line help, move to defense.
It's so easy to fill holes for a team that doesn't have many holes, like
No.
these top tier teams.
No, but they consistently do it well.
They just find the best player available. They just let the best player available follow them. They just pick
Yep.
them.
This is more of the drafting, but I did feel like, especially early rounds, players that would fall just fell to a team that needed that player. It just felt like it was all working out perfectly.
The draft,
The one on the top of my head, John Campbell.
The board for the first 15 picks went pretty smoothly for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know how they went.
Campbell dropping to 32 is crazy.
So, yeah,
31. 31,
I
sorry.
think. You're
With
chilling.
them.
Yep. Jihad, and he goes to the Eagles, who
Yeah,
just
needed it.
always seem to get the steal of the draft.
They needed another solid linebacker.
You can never have it. You can. That's the
Yeah.
problem. It's like one of those positions where you have another good linebacker.
Bond coming off of a fucking more than a career season. That's like an all-pro. That was an all-pro season. And then you got a guy that consensus best interior linebacker, and he falls late in the draft, first round on the draft. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Chiefs.
All right, number 4 for Jerry. What is it? Team
Rip the Band-Aid off.
has the honor.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I honestly,
Like we were talking about.
interesting.
Jerry's just sitting over here like, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's my guy.
yeah, that's my guy.
I did all the work for you.
You really did the work for me.
Yeah.
Like this is my board. I'm sorry.
So, but what else other than Jihad Campbell did they get that puts them in the top 5?
Well, it's me and John Campbell. I love how the best, like literally the top 15 player just fell right into our lap. Well, I like the safety they got. They lost CJ Gardner-Johnson. Boom.
Yep.
You got Andrew Mabuka from Texas. Like that. More D-line help. They just really built defense, kept going defense. Another Georgia linebacker. Kyle McCord.
I think
Dog.
Kyle
15 of their
McCord.
starters are from Georgia or Alabama.
Which is that's what I would do.
Saying it here right now. Kyle McCord, plug him in. Could be better than
those are
Jalen.
45 hundo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5,000.
Yeah, I
That
just
AJ
like the overall
Brown,
draft
Kyle
class.
McCord connection?
I like the players I got.
No, just kidding.
All
I did
right.
all the work already with the Jack Campbell pick. I appreciate
Sorry
that.
about that.
Yeah. So
Right.
for my number 4, my 4th team is the New England Patriots. They found a quarterback that they think they like. They think they got a guy who can turn into somebody and help them become a top team in the league. Best thing you can do, let's get that guy protected. Will Campbell take the best lineman off the board. We were talking about this. The big knock is that he's got shorter arms. Maybe we'll see that affect him a little bit, but either way, I think you just got like a 10-year starter right there. Whether maybe he gets moved to guard down the line, whatever it is, he's going to be a solid player in this league.
100%.
Can't miss with O-line, especially a guy like Will Campbell.
Can't agree
Second
better.
round, they get a running back that could have been a first-round pick in Travion Henderson, sorry. Dog. He's going to be so much fun for them to watch.
They needed that. They needed that running back.
What is going
Yeah,
on
I
with the
mean-
stream there, by the way?
Do not know.
Hello?
Do not know.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we'll just continue on. I don't know what's going on in the stream right now, but
We are not on the NBA playoffs.
we
sure
are
if that's
not.
what
I
they
don't know
want,
if it's
but-
glitched right now or what's going on, but we'll just continue with the Patriots. I'm just gonna. So can someone real quick just pull it up and
Just
make sure
ignore
it's all
that.
good?
Yeah. Oh, we're back.
All
Sorry
right.
about that.
Whatever happened.
Hey, we're back.
All right. So continue with the Patriots.
Travion Henderson.
Trayvon Henderson,
Great,
going to
needed
be
a running
great
back.
because especially because their running back situation was weird. I forget the guy's name because he just fumbles every game.
Oh, Ramondre Stevenson.
Ramondre Stevenson, get a guy who's just a dog. He's going to come in. He's going to be great in this league, especially putting him behind.
Can you get his impact? Behind Will Campbell, too?
I have my next notes is just a lot of O-line, D-lines. Basically, they covered everything because they had 11 picks. They're just building their team the right way. Any pick that Vrabel makes, I'll trust that there's something good behind it. And we're gonna see. I don't know what's going on with the stream here. Should we hop into a quick break real quick?
I think we
Yeah, we'll be right back. Coming back into our 4th pick.
Oh no, now it's back. I think my internet is.
It's cutting out a little bit here.
I apologize to the people
Be
that are in the
patient.
stream.
If we have any viewers at the moment.
But anyways, 11 draft picks. They addressed all over the place. O-line, D-line, secondary, everywhere they needed, they got somebody because they had 11 picks. So don't think you can miss there with the Patriots.
No, actually, I love that pick. Going into my number 4, I had the Jaguars.
I like the
Listen, that
Jaguars.
trade up, that moved me. Travis Hunter. Listen, I wasn't big on Travis Hunter. I had guys that I thought were going to get drafted before him, but
You did.
you need something if you're the Jags, and that's a guy that's a dual threat. That's the dual threat. You can put him at corner, you can put him at receiver. He's going to be great on both sides. I'm interested to see how that turns out. That speaks for itself. They pick another corner in round 3. Great, need the corner help. They go running back in the 4th, Tutton. I don't know. I watched a little bit, I think. I have to find what college you went to, but I'll come back to that. 2 more corners in the 4th round. Yeah.
Just build the team out. Just
Yeah.
hope these picks will hit. That's what they're doing.
They picked a lot in the secondary.
Virginia Tech is where Tutton's from, by the way.
Okay. Yep. It'd be good to watch if you want to look at some Jaguars tape for anybody that's interested. Are we? No, I will not be watching the Jaguars.
No,
That's the thing. I think
For Travis Hunter, yes.
I'll tune
Other
in.
than
I'll
that,
tune
no.
in for Travis Hunter.
Let's be honest here. I'm tuning in for every NFL game because the NFL just commands about 10, 12 hours of my Sundays every
What do you
week.
mean? It starts
They do.
at for me. It starts at noon. Sit down, get those lineups set.
Yeah.
Actually, it starts off before.
No, it
noon.
starts at like 10 a.m.
It starts at 10 a.m. when I'm locked in, getting a lineup set for 4 hours. Do I switch these guys out?
Sundays just go to the NFL.
Yo, I call my brother up. Yo, should I do this?
Yeah, no, but
Texting my buddy. Do I do that?
we'll see how that goes with Travis Hunter. It'll be interesting
Will be.
for sure. And a whole new, everything's new over there for the Jags. But I agree.
I'm excited.
I think that what they did was
I'm excited.
the only reason is that I didn't put them up here is just because it's like we were saying this before. Some of these like just terrible teams. Of course you're gonna like the Giants. I didn't put in my list because of course you're gonna get Abdul Carter at 3.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course.
I guess you got a quarterback, so maybe that. Anyways, Jags. I have no problem with it for sure. Jags at 4. Going into the third.
Gary,
number 3.
What do you
got
got at number 3?
Pretty sure the Carolina Panthers have my number 3.
Got a little distracted or something. Closed the laptop down for the
Close
pod.
the laptop.
Nah, it's almost dying, so I don't want to put my charger
No,
up
I mean
during
that's
it.
fine.
Yeah, it is Carolina Panthers.
McMillan.
I love the McMillan pick, actually. They need a receiver badly because Xavier Leggett right now is developing like some fine wine.
Takes a minute.
So developing like a fine wine, but
He's killing those squirrels though. Mucking them up.
he's a weird guy. But I like the first pick, and then they got Nick Sorensen,
Yeah.
potential dog. Princely Udamani from Ole Miss,
Yeah.
future dog.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys have names that I
Is that how you pronounce it?
No,
Is that the
Okay,
problem?
okay.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
I completely
pronunciation.
botched it. I just wanted to give it a shot.
That's fair. Fair.
But I like the Trevor Etienne pick. Just keep
That-
getting running backs.
That's intriguing.
I like it.
So me and Walker were talking about this earlier. He started at Georgia, right?
No, I
No,
think he
Or he
started at Florida.
Still not Florida.
And then he
That's the part that intrigues me because I think did he actually start or was
No,
he a backup?
he was the bell cow.
That
He was the bell
freshman year?
cow. He was the bell cow at Florida for like 2 or 3
Freshman year?
years. Yeah.
really.
Wow.
Yeah, he
So
was
why
playing
did you
all for that.
transfer there? Is it just I want to go win?
You go to Georgia to
You're
win.
going to Georgia to win.
You're
Well,
going to-
yeah,
That's
but-
a Georgia Bulldogs.
But realistically, I mean,
Your brother also went
you
there.
might.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No. Etienne was out of Clemson.
I think he was.
Travis
He was,
was
he
on
was
the
at Georgia a little bit too, though. I
Was
think.
he?
I'm almost
Sure, he
certain
was
Travis.
drafted out of Clemson.
He was drafted out of Clemson. That is right. He was in the same. He was with Etienne. Trevor Lawrence.
He was a Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, another guy who just didn't pan out for the Jaguars. Well, we'll see this year.
He's
No,
not.
I guess I'm wrong. For whatever reason,
was
I
always at
thought
Clemson.
he started at Georgia for a year or something.
It's
But
the same thing. I don't know.
he looked like he would be in a Georgia uniform, I guess.
Because you saw his brother, they look pretty much alike.
They look pretty similar.
The James and Dalvin are. You
Yeah.
like, you look like, yeah, you can tell they're brothers.
Yeah. But I don't know. Tell me more. Tell me more
Is
about
that
the
about-
Panthers draft.
They got a safety from Ohio State,
Okay.
more D line helping a tight end, and then Jimmy Horn Jr., wide receiver, Colorado.
Is that his brother? No, it would not be his brother.
I don't
Interesting.
know. I just saw
Jimmy Horn.
Jr.
That, I
like
don't
the
know.
name
Why
Jimmy
does
Horn.
it sound familiar?
He played with Travis Hunter and Shador. Colorado.
Okay. Yep. Receiver?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. He was pretty good.
He
He
was
was
the other
pretty
guy.
good for
Yeah.
Colorado. That's a good late round pick.
I fought personally
I
to.
just like the draft class they had. I like the D line they got and the receiver. I like
No.
the top 3 picks a lot. I think they hit all their top 4 picks.
I agree with everything you said, which is why I fought to put him on my board. I just personally, I just want.
You put him
at
at
this
3?
point, no, I didn't. I didn't. They didn't make my list,
Didn't
unfortunately,
make
but
us. Okay.
I did want to put him there because Bryce Young showed some potential at the end
He
of
wasn't looking horrible.
last
He was
year.
watchable.
You need a big, tall receiver for him to see, you know. And
Now he has 2 of them.
yeah, now he has 2. He's got. They just grabbed Renfro too. I do like what the Panthers did. The only thing that kept them off is that you definitely needed a corner. They didn't grab one, so
That's all right.
no, it's whatever. Yeah.
They're still rebuilding. Where next year you might have a top 15 pick next year. I don't know the cornerback class you could
Some
do.
line help too. I don't know.
They have good guards, so they might need a tackle. I know their guard play is pretty good.
But my number 3, like we were saying earlier, where these teams, yeah, I just don't know what's going on with. I think it might just be showing random stuff to us at this point. Hopefully that's not what's on the actual stream. But like we were saying, these good teams, it's so much easier for them to have a good draft because they have much less holes to fill.
Yep.
The Ravens come in at number 3 for me. Malachi Starks, in my opinion, my favorite safety in the draft, hands down.
3.
Mike Green grabbing some O-line help. I don't think that the Ravens adding some help to that secondary, a guy like Malachi Starks, they're just gonna. That's the best secondary in football right now.
Pairing him with Kyle Hamilton, that's
ew.
It's gross.
That's an ew.
That is an ew.
That's a disgusting O-line in a good
Disgusting.
way. Or it's not O-line, secondary in a good way.
Ew.
Adding to an already talented group. So, but like I said, Mike Green and some O-line help there.
Emory Jones fell to round 3. That was second round talent, in my opinion. I was telling Gary, LSU guy, I believe. They got a couple LSU guys. I think another lineman late in the draft was from LSU.
Wait, who are you? Is this your 3?
They're my 2, but a lot of interchangeable teams.
I say, guys. Now we're getting to that point.
3 was the Patriots, so very interchangeable. Last few rankings. Yeah, I don't know. I loved what the Ravens did. I was gonna put them at 1, but there's a team that I put there. We'll get to that. There's a consensus 1 for me and Walker.
We'll see that in a little bit. But so it's unfortunate that we. I'm gonna glaze because I love it. But
love it.
Jerry, what's your number 2?
Buffalo Bills.
So, honestly, I think we can talk about that now. Because we know who's won.
I'll say
my
one's the Ravens.
Right. So...
I might just say what my 1 is real quick. For my
talk about the Ravens.
Yeah,
we just talked about the Ravens. Give us your input.
I just think Malachi Starks, but as a football player, not as a person, but as a football player, Mike Green in the second round is disgusting value.
Yeah.
Solid.
Top 15 player in the draft. Early second round. That's what Baltimore does. They just find the best player available and just pick them.
Let's be honest here in the NFL, in all sports. I prefer to grab a guy that seems like a great person, which, that doesn't help you out most of the time. But sometimes if the talent, you see guys that aren't the best people seemingly.
But when you watch them play football, like basketball or hockey, they're so good.
Pass up.
You have to play them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is, we were talking about how the people fall into the Eagles' hand. That's how they got their possibly the best defensive tackle in football right now.
Yeah.
And the guy that helped them win the Super Bowl.
Off the field issues.
Yeah, so maybe Mike Green will turn it around here, and I'm sure he'll be a great player.
Let's say Mike Green becomes, let's say he finds Jesus, and he's just like...
Jesus or not, he's going to be a dog.
He's just a good, spiritually, let's say he's a better person. He's so good. His football game is going to be 5 times more effective. Hall of Famer Mike Green.
all right. So that's why Jerry's got a Hall of Famer taken.
That's not true. That's not true. That's just me exaggerating. I just like how the value they got of him.
Yeah. A lot of great value.
That's what I'm saying.
Every round.
Top 3 picks, love the value.
Yeah.
So your 2 was the Bills.
The Bills.
Which should we just hop into the Bills draft class?
Hop right into
deep dive to the Buffalo Bills draft class.
Me and Sean are revealing our number 1 pick right now.
We have the Bills at 1.
We have the Bills at 1, and that is going to come off as extremely biased, but I've seen multiple websites. People either hated or loved the Bills draft. CBS Sports was one of them that had the Bills at 1, so I don't think it's outrageous.
Yeah, I do not care.
I do
not care what people say.
First round draft pick was Hairston, cornerback
out of Kentucky.
Maxwell Hairston ran the fastest
draft
40. And not only that, he's 6 feet tall. Maybe he needs to get a little bit bigger in the league, but some of the plays I've seen this guy make, his biggest talent is just cutting a route off, just predicting that route being run, cutting it off, and grabbing the pick.
Yeah.
He's super fast. Like I said, maybe put on a little, but he's also it was plastered all over social media by the NFL too. He just seems like the greatest guy.
He sounds like just a guy you want to be around. This is a G.
Great personality in your locker room. Reminds me of somebody else we brought back, Tre'Davious White. Just a smiley guy, happy for everything, happy for life. That's a guy I want in my locker room, and that's part of the reason I have the Bills at 1.
We just reshaped our DB locker room a little bit, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I actually have high hopes for this team coming in the year. every year, same shit. It's make or break.
Same shit. I want one thing. It doesn't happen, but I just want the one thing.
I feel better going into this year than I did last.
100%.
So sky's the limit.
I agree. I think our wide receiver core is better this year than at this time last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
they just got Elijah Moore.
We did just add Elijah Moore. Not to mention, we were just talking about the reason we have the Ravens so high is because they added Malachi Starks to an already great secondary. We needed corner so bad because last year in the biggest game of the year against the Chiefs, we have one of the worst corners I've ever seen play football. They got drafted in the first round. Kyrie Love. Have fun with that, Cowboys. But
horrible.
And we just paired him with Christian Benford, who is a low-key, all-pro caliber corner.
Stud.
Last year.
Stud.
Just securing a great corner duo there. Trent, you want to talk about Landon? TJ Sanders is maybe...
TJ Sanders out of South Carolina.
I'm not
We're not big fans of it, but did we need the D-line help? Of course.
100%.
Yeah.
So I don't hate the pick. He's a big guy. He's going to help in the trenches. We need the help there. It's a fine pick. I'm not going to complain about it. Round 3, Landon Jackson. Best pick of the draft, honestly, in my opinion, for his value. You watch a little bit of Landon Jackson, you're going to see he could have won early round 2. He's that good. He's what, 6'7"?
6'6",
260.
Yeah, 265, I think it measured
something
is.
like that.
Who cares? Absolutely massive.
Put him across from Rousseau. Those are, I don't even know what to call them together. Like, they're just scary.
And when you watch
scary
him,
guys.
he looks
Freak
raw.
athletes.
2 tree trunks.
He looks raw because he is raw. He is honestly probably one of the more raw talents I've seen being drafted. And that, to me, is great for this pick because the sky is the limit, seemingly.
I was saying this weeks into it. I wanted us to draft Landon Jackson.
I would say that he just fit the team so
He does.
His attributes was just meant for the Buffalo Bills.
And
not only that, he seems like a really good person too, which is important. Our culture. I think he's got alopecia or something like that, so he does a lot with that community.
This is great.
Yeah.
he's just a great dude. Another just great dude.
Great dude, great athlete. It's gonna be a freak. I'm actually really excited for him.
I'm more hyped about him than anybody else. I would agree with that.
Yes.
And it adds to, for us, we've been trying to get this D-line rotation going where we can just have fresh guys out there all the time. And instead of having that guy you're paying $45 million a year, you have a bunch of solid to great players that you're just rotating constantly. This is the first year I finally see the vision and believe in that concept, which is why.
Listen, man, I will not allow any Bean slander anymore.
No.
It's just McDermott. Fine, everybody's got their opinion.
You can criticize the head coach.
That's fine. I still don't think that should be there. Actually, Bean recently on the radio, local radio, he kind of went off.
Yeah, he did go off.
He did.
He told him to stop
He
bitching.
did. Yeah,
he told him.
told him to stop bitching. We're gonna pull it up here.
So this is the clip here. Let's just watch it through and then see what we feel about it.
Just listen to the last few minutes of your show before I came all waiting on here.
All right.
Sounds like 2018 all over with you guys.
Oh, wait, one second. I just realized something. The desktop audio needs to go up.
Yes, it does.
Listen to the last few minutes of your show before I came all waiting on here. Sounds like 2018 all over with you guys.
How so?
Well, you guys were 2018 about Josh Allen, you guys wanted Josh Rosen, and now you guys are that we don't have a receiver. I don't get it. Like, we just scored. We just scored 30 points.
He's having to crash out.
A year ago, I get you guys asking why we didn't have receivers, but I don't understand it now. You just saw us lead the league in points when you add all the postseason. No one scored more points than the Buffalo Bills, including the Super Bowl champions. So you just saw us do it without Stephon Diggs, same group. How is this group not better than last year's group? Like, Like, our job is to score points and win games. Where do we need to get better defense? We did that. So I get it. You got to have a show, and you got to have something to about. But about wide receivers is one of the dumbest arguments I've heard.
I have no problem with that.
I have no problem with it.
He's at a crash out.
I agree with Bean.
I agree with him.
Stop bitching about the receivers.
We drafted receivers.
You have to believe in Bean's vision. He sees underrated talent that he's going to bring in instead of, like we said, we pay a lot for our defensive linemen, like other teams do. We pay a lot. Other teams pay for big star receivers. We don't need that. Obviously, we got rid of Diggs for that reason. Mm-hmm. Palmer was a great signing. You pick up a guy like Elijah Moore. It's just going to be a good rotation. I like Curtis Samuel this year. I think he maybe picks it up a little bit. We'll see. I don't know.
Good chance. That's a we'll see moment.
It's a we'll see. I don't know what to expect with the receiver room, but I love it.
And through what Bean was saying right there, and I do like that our GM's coming out firing because I don't know, that's a dog right there. But
no shit's giving attitude.
He said in there we needed defense, and that's exactly what we drafted. We don't need wide receivers. We have Josh Allen, just like how Mahomes doesn't need Tyreek Hill anymore. They won two Super Bowls after he was gone, because when you have a quarterback like that, whoever you throw out there, as long as they can catch a football and get open enough, maybe get even a couple feet of separation, Josh is going to be able to hit him in stride, so it doesn't matter.
They have that window where they can put that football. Mm-hmm. They're elite quarterbacks for a reason.
Yeah, maybe when you get your quarterback to be like back end of the career, like a late. Well, Big Ben always had receivers. Maybe like a late Drew Brees. Maybe when they get a little older, you kind of need that wide receiver.
Give them a Michael Thomas where just boom, 5 yards. That's Drew Brees' bread and butter.
That was an unstoppable
duo right there.
It's like
a 2-year run right there.
But yeah, we have the Bills. After Landon Jackson, they consistently stayed with that defensive thing there. Love what Brandon Bean said on the radio.
Yep.
My second. We're on, right? That was Jerry's
we're
second.
done. We're done with our rankings.
Yeah. No, we still. Did you do your second?
Yeah, mine was the Ravens.
I still have my second.
Go ahead. Let's hear your second.
Let me hear it.
This is gonna be. I said the Bucks were gonna be scrutinized. This might be more scrutinized.
All right, give me a reason to criticize.
I think Atlanta Falcons at 2.
All right, let me criticize you.
Weeks coming into the draft, we had been saying for weeks and weeks on end of the draft.
No, years.
Well, it's been years.
Let him go on. We will criticize after the fact.
The Falcons have not had a pass rush in decades.
Agreed.
Okay. What did they need? They went to the combine. They only interviewed basically defense and edge rushers.
Which they should have done.
They had a guy they fell in love with.
Yes.
Jalen Walker falls to them
so they pick him.
at 15. Great pick. They trade back into the first round, albeit overpaid, but they saw a guy. They wanted him. Grab James Pierce Jr. in the 26th pick, I think it was. I like him as a player. They love him as a player. That's why they traded up for him.
I like him as a player.
And beyond that, they got Xavier Watts, who I loved as a prospect out of Notre Dame. And that's why I have them at 2. Let's bring it up real quick.
Taking a little break here. We got the Knicks Pistons game on. We have a tie ball game.
It was 90 to like 75 at one point.
You were talking, and I saw Malik Beasley hit a deep 3. I mean, trying to look at each other like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then Trey looked away. They turned the ball over. I told Trey to look, and he looked.
I'm not watching that game.
We were talking about this, how the Pistons, were collapsing in the fourth quarter. That was like the theme.
The Knicks.
And the Pistons were collapsing in the fourth quarter. Every game, basically. All of a sudden, Pistons are here in the fourth quarter. That is something that is
tie game right now. Hey,
yeah, tied game. But yeah, that's our NFL draft rankings. That was a solid deep dive, I think, into our top 5. I think that's I think all the teams we mentioned are the only teams you could really put in there. I don't know who else you'd drop in there.
Raiders. I don't think we talked about the Raiders. I really love their draft, especially, Yeah,
I like the
Jetsy's going to be
Chargers.
great.
I like the Chargers.
Chargers got some.
Chargers, Marion.
Yeah,
Hampton.
my draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting.
All of a sudden, the Raiders and the Chargers, that AFC West, maybe in a few years, especially if the Raiders get a
It's going to be
quarterback.
really competitive.
Yeah, it could be really
I
competitive.
say Geno's all right. Let's say Geno's above average.
Maybe he steals
knows?
a game from that. If it's the Chiefs team of last year.
They always drop a game.
always play good against the
And now
Chiefs.
Geno's
They
in
might lose both
Las
of them,
Vegas.
but they'll play them good.
Yeah, you're dropping a game to Geno.
Geno was beating some of these AFC or NFC West teams at their peaks. I mean,
Now-
he would sneak in a win against the Niners and the Rams. Like,
Here's
Rams,
the problem.
Giants, Niners.
Geno doesn't
I
have
think
the receivers he once had. So I really don't know what to expect with that Raiders offense.
he has Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers.
That's great. I still don't think that's as good as what he had.
I think DK.
You had DK,
DK
Lockett,
and
JSN. It's not
Yeah,
as good.
that I don't know how you have a down year all of a sudden. Well, obviously it's because Geno's
Old.
He's getting old and
he's
pretty
regressing
good.
from his 2-year
barely
peak,
see him.
10 years into his career.
That's your peak
Who
with
knows?
electric.
Who knows, man? This could be like a revival for him. You don't know. He's been on so many teams. So, Pete Carroll. He was better with Pete Carroll. He's got Pete Carroll back.
Time will tell.
Time will tell
But yeah,
for the both of them.
after this, we'll continue with NFL news next week, as well as going into all of these. But for now, let's
Coming
quickly
up.
go over.
We have the NHL playoffs, and this is, I think, where we will take our break.
Yeah, we're gonna take our break going into this.
Yes,
Quick 10.
NHL playoffs, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick 10, and we'll be back after that. Anyone who's been in here, which does look like there's been some people joining us, thank you for joining us so far. Stay tuned. We'll see you in 10.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Yep. Welcome back. NHL playoffs. Right, we're casuals. We don't pay attention too much hockey. Jerry probably knows the most by far.
Watch a little bit, not a lot to really
We're
under.
gonna do a little breakdown of the playoffs, how each team's doing.
We're not gonna.
Jerry's gonna take the lead. That's all we're gonna say.
We're not gonna.
I'm gonna touch on it briefly.
I'm about to just touch on it. It's gonna be a very light little touch. I actually have the bracket right here. Pull it up real quick.
But yeah, no, we're not gonna. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we're able to speak on this with an opinion.
Okay, one of the main reasons why, because our hockey team sucks.
Yes.
If
So
Sabres
it's
were
hard to
better,
get.
I would pay
That's the
attention
thing.
more.
I watch more Sabres hockey than I probably do playoff hockey, which is sad. Because I watch shit hockey. It's terrible.
Yeah, and so I just don't even want to look at it. Sabre season finally ended. Get me away for a little bit, especially when I got.
Yeah,
I
especially
got
on
games
playoffs,
like
I got,
this.
I got like a, yeah, so I got good basketball right now. Toronto just beat Ottawa, so there's that. Ottawa's first playoff appearance, I think, in like 6 or 7 years. They broke their drought.
See if. Never mind. Yeah.
So I get so mad thinking about
I
that.
literally can't talk hockey because it always gets.
Sabres hat. I literally see it.
I like the hat.
It's a good looking hat.
I don't like the logo.
Good hat.
I do like the hat. I do like the hat though. So it's gonna be Toronto, Florida round 2. I'm taking probably Florida in 5.
Yep.
I just don't like Toronto personally. It's just that's it. That's just me.
In Florida, so.
Florida beat Tampa in 5, which kind of shocked me. I thought Tampa would put in a better fight. 105-point team.
Panthers have been really good the past few years.
Panthers the last 3 years
Like
have
they
been
just
dominated.
turned on a switch.
5th playoff series win.
Yeah.
And then Washington beat Montreal in 5. Montreal broke their 5-year playoff drought.
Yep.
I'm just going to keep bringing that up. Playoff drought. I don't want to see a team. And then Carolina beat New Jersey, which I thought New Jersey would have a better chance, but
They made the playoffs.
I don't know shit. I would rather have. No.
Right.
And then the West was Winnipeg, St. Louis. Like, I'll be honest, no clue.
Yeah.
This is the only series I really don't have a single clue on. So I think Winnipeg's gonna win the 6. I think they'll close out the series today. Dallas, Colorado, Mikko Rantanen revenge series. The Colorado revenge series.
Yep.
Dallas up by 1 in the series, 3-2.
Vegas might close it out here.
Well, yeah, 2-1 in the 3rd.
Yeah.
They had a
6
chance to
minutes
close out
left.
against Minnesota. They had a game-winning goal too. The other game. So they're up 3-2. And
See,
then
real quick, the only storyline like caught is not storyline, but Dallas is a team that seems like they always should go, but they don't.
okay. Do you want to know who their head coach is? The head coach named Pete DeBoer. He was the head coach, I believe, of the Sharks when they were really good, like 10 years ago, when they made the finals.
Yeah.
But they never won. I think he was the coach. I could be wrong on that. But he was the coach of Vegas for a little bit when they didn't win anything for a little bit. I think. I got to find out what Pete DeBoer was on. But what I'm saying is true. His teams can never really go far.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you. I mean, shit.
I'm just getting the teams mixed up. But
I can't say you're wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could
DeBoer?
review.
Pete DeBoer, yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
news to me. That's a name.
ring a bell, man.
Yeah, this is the Casual Sports Network.
It is.
110.
110 to
I don't know. I
105
was
here.
good. I was actually right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was actually right. No, I
Bang.
was right. He was with
Good for you.
San Jose. He was with Vegas. Well, I was right on everything I said there.
Hell yeah.
That's makes me feel good about myself.
Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's been good hockey though. I've heard for
Yeah,
people
I
who've been
mean,
watching it.
yeah.
I've
Looking
heard
at
it's
it
been
up
really good
here,
hockey.
there's a lot of close series.
There's a reality where when we might have six games between the NBA and the NHL, they go to Game 7.
It's awesome.
First round.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Game
Kids
7,
on a poll here though.
110, 105, Detroit.
Oh, come on, call
does
something.
not make
I
it
ain't calling
fall.
that.
All right. Let's,
Watch this, Brunson.
should we low key just enjoy this game real quick?
I think, yeah, we're going to enjoy this game really quick. We're going to do some live commentating maybe a little bit. I don't know if that's part of our bag or if that's even
It's
in
not
our bag.
in the bag. It's definitely not in the bag yet.
That shit's in my bag. I'm a hockey commentator, though. I can't do basketball as much. I love commentating
Yeah, I don't
hockey.
know how they commentate
You
basketball.
pull their
Dang, it is funny though. It is fun to
Well,
watch.
you just pull your inner RJ in hockey. What? Oh, and here's the shot. What shot?
Yeah, no, the guys in hockey are just.
They're juiced up.
You get so just you pull
They
Rick
are
Jenner, you
juiced.
pull Rick Jenner highlights, you get pumped.
The guys on the ice are skating, and so are the announcers, just in a different way.
They're skating.
Yeah.
They're skating all right.
Like you just talking out of nowhere and skin, but that's what a hit, stuff
Well,
like that.
we
Easy.
are a sports network, so I want to speak on some baseball. Aaron Judge, I just want to talk about him for a minute. This man, 6'7", 285, he is currently the best player in the league. And I mean, he is every year. But he's batting .430, and we're almost 30 games in, 31
true.
games in.
He's batting 430.
.430.
I saw it was really high. I'm like, yeah, it would drop. It's
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
.430. I mean, he only has 9 home runs at, I don't know how many at-bats he's at, 130 or something, which isn't that much.
All right, Jen.
But,
Because we're talking baseball.
yeah,
I thought those Chicago White Sox were the worst team in not hockey, in baseball.
baseball?
There was a worse team than the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
Okay, Walker. We are in May. The Colorado Rockies have 4 wins.
I know
They're on pace for 126 losses.
Yeah.
in baseball.
Yeah, that's like an Orioles team a few years back.
That's Chicago last
What
year.
It was
is the
Chicago
record?
last year,
What is
yes.
the worst baseball
man.
season? I mean, they gotta be
Chicago
close.
last year was up there.
It was up there.
Chicago
I
last
think
year
it
was-
was like 130 losses or something like that.
got
Worst.
Are the Reds still playing okay, or how is? I know Cincinnati's been at least better than, not like top tier in the league.
1899. Cleveland Spiders.
I pulled up the
20 and
standings.
134.
Ugh,
Reds are,
ew.
where?
Reds are 17 and 15. It's the
Not
second
terrible.
division.
You know, the Mets are playing really good ball, which is
Soto
cool
had
to see
his,
after Soto.
Soto
going
had
there.
his first 2 homers today.
Alonso is playing really, really good.
Soto had his first 2 home runs today in City Field.
Guys,
Oh, he hit back to back?
Yeah, back to back today.
Awesome.
realistically, there's going to be a point soon into this offseason where we're going to have to become a baseball show.
Pick your team.
Listen,
Follow your team.
I'm getting really into baseball. I'm playing MLB The Show. That's, I'm not going to get into that, but I'm learning a lot more about baseball. I'm enjoying baseball at the moment.
All right, Trent, I have one question, though.
Yeah.
Why is Baltimore not as good as... Baltimore's only 12 and 18. I
Yeah.
thought they were a better team
They're
than
young
that.
team.
I thought, but they've been really good for the last 2 years. They've been good. They just had no...
They've been solid, but actually they have Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday's son plays for them, which is actually really funny. Because I grew up watching Matt Holliday. Jackson Holliday. I think he's their second baseman or something.
Oh, Chicago 8 and 23.
They have a really good catcher too, but
This is another year where it's not the Sox year.
And then you scroll down. Oh,
um,
Colorado won a game. They're 5 and 25.
All right.
yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan, so what I say does not matter about the Dodgers.
They have like...
Well, I think you go. I mean, it's kind of obvious right now.
You have the Japanese All-Star team. Like, I don't know. You guys literally have the
Oh
Japanese...
yeah,
You guys have the... You guys
we could
have...
plug everybody on the team into the All-Star, and
You guys
nobody
have-
would complain.
You guys have the Japanese All-Star team.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, we have the best
You guys
pitcher in
have-
baseball right now.
You guys have...
Right?
Something like the best 3
Yeah.
Japanese players.
Yeah. No, best pitcher in baseball. Shohei hasn't even started pitching yet.
That's so That's so
Dangerous. That's dangerous.
Run
We're
away.
looking back to back. For
That's the
sure.
thing. My dad's a Dodgers fan too. He was
Is he?
like, because it was Yankees.
Freddie
Because
Freeman.
it was Yankees Dodgers back in the '80s. My dad was saying it was like,
Yeah.
Then my dad's like, look. Every time my dad looks at me, fuck the Yankees. I
Yeah.
agree. Fuck the
Yeah.
Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees.
But I had to bring that up about Aaron Judge
Fuck
because
baseball.
that is just
I can't follow
That is a
baseball for that
freak.
long. But I like the sport.
listen.
I like watching
I like
it.
the sport. Let's just fix something so it's not
So easy to make
whoever
a super
spends
team.
the most money wins.
I need to see a salary cap.
I agree.
I need more
I
competition
agree,
between these
and
teams.
I have the same problem with basketball.
Definitely similar.
basketball
Not
owners.
to that
Not
extent.
to that
No, these
extent, no.
owners, because there's a cap on how the cap is ruled. These owners just eat the bill.
Yeah.
Like the Clippers guy, Steve Ballmer. Yeah, he doesn't care. He
How
eats
much
the.
is that guy worth? He's gonna be worth.
He's the
He's
richest
worth a
owner. He's the
lot.
richest owner, I think.
Yeah.
He has a couple billions.
Yeah.
Billion. He has a couple.
His team is worth more than that. But
But
Probably has
while
almost. He probably has, like,
we're
close to, what,
finishing up
50?
this Knicks Pistons game, let's get into game. Let's get into our game of the week.
Oh, no, this is my bad.
this is certainly.
I
not
haven't
bad.
even introduced this game yet.
You're supposed to introduce it during the break.
Yeah,
I should have introduced it during the
I
break.
needed my little.
We forgot about it, so this is gonna be
Well, let me hear it now.
a little scary. I think it's not gonna be terrible.
I hope no one's
So,
watching.
Yeah, I hope nobody's watching.
This is when you should get off.
Yeah. If there's a point where you can click off, we'd appreciate it if you're being Jerry.
So this is an NBA game. We have the most games in a season with 50-point games. There's 12 players on this list.
Oh, okay.
So
I think I can do this actually.
we're gonna do 4 strikes apiece. 1 point for guess, 2 points for guess, and the amount of games.
Amount of games.
It's gonna be
though.
difficult to guess.
That one's tough. Can we
But-
still
Wait,
get
the amount of games is for double points?
Can we
Do
still?
I forfeit my point by taking that?
No,
Can
you
I
don't.
say- I was about to say. So if I say, let's say, Kate Cunningham this year, it's
Yeah.
not true, and then let's say
Sure.
I get the points for Kate Cunningham, but I don't get the points for this year.
Yes.
Okay.
Just rip a guess. I'm just throwing it
Alright.
out there.
That-
if
that-
you somehow get it right,
And these are 50-point
Extra
games, you
point.
said?
yes,
50.
50 points or more in a season. Yep.
How many games? Okay, I got you.
Games in a season, yes, correct. Classic rock, paper, scissors to start.
Let's drop 3 or 6 or.
That's 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, I like that.
Ooh.
I was expecting a paper
Walker
that I'm
gets
not
the
gonna
start.
lie.
I'm going to grab James Harden off the board.
James Harden.
Are you keeping track of points here or no?
I am.
Is he up there?
His.
Where do we get to know the placement?
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
How many
it's-
games?
Rip a guess.
Can I make a steal?
How many games? I'm gonna say he had. Oh my God, Harden had. I'm gonna say he had 7.
No. You get a point for Harden, though.
Say he was averaging like 40 but in like January.
Yeah.
All right. To Jerry.
Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Dipper.
Well, Chamberlain is most certainly on this list. 7 seasons
Wilt Chamberlain.
being up there.
Because
So-
he averaged 15 a season. So
Yeah, what, like
I
15,
want
20?
to say, I'm just going to say 42.
Very close, but no.
It had to be like 41,
How many-
40.
I can tell you, though, because he's off.
How
He
many
had
was?
45.
How many was Harden?
45 games with 50 plus.
How many was Harden?
Harden's most was 9. He did it 3 times. 9, 5, 4. So you were in the middle of it.
I was in the
You were
ballpark.
in the ballpark.
See, we're talking baseball here.
Yeah, we're talking.
All right. I'm gonna let me take Kobe off it. Kobe's got to be on there.
Kobe is correct.
Now, how many 50-point games did he have? I'm gonna stay around my same thing. I'm gonna say 6.
6 is correct.
Oh,
Bang! Winner.
Bang!
That is.
Damn, that puts me in the bind. I'm
That's
screwed.
very
Too
good.
much game.
Oh, I have no guesses after this, Jerry.
Well, how you not
To
know
Jerry.
that?
I'm kidding. I got some guesses. Don't worry.
Got Mike.
Mike is correct, of course.
Got Mike.
Of course it is.
I want to say Mike. He averaged 35 in a season. Oh. I'm going to say he had 10.
Brunson wants a
No.
3. No.
Not that many.
Not that many?
8 was his most.
8? I was going to guess 8, 9, or 10.
Did he get it? Did he get the foul there? No.
No. Knicks down 1 against Pistons.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
Walker's turn.
with LeBron James.
LeBron James is your first strike.
I'm moving now.
Very tough.
Now this is what I'm about to be. Just be
Very
ripping guesses.
All right, Jerry, to you.
Oh my lordy.
AI. Not on this list. I was gonna do 40-point games. He was on that
That's like
list.
he got so many 40s.
He had many
Oh.
40s. He was up there on that one.
I got a couple of...
Strike to the each of you.
All right.
Both down to strike.
50-point games.
Oh, I got guesses, but they're just so grimy. Why do I only think the grimy ones?
I will give a hint to the both of you. We have 4 current players.
4 current players.
Yeah.
Is Giannis on the list?
Giannis is not on this list.
So how many
Second
players
two.
are left on the list?
8. You guys have guessed 4.
And then 4 current, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
4 of those 8 are current.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw a boomer guess. Jerry West.
Oh, that was gonna
Jerry West, not on the list.
Okay, glad I didn't use that.
Jerry West averaged like 28. He was a bucket.
I'm trying to think of current players that would be on this list right now. It could Curry be on the list? No, it's not gonna be.
Not on the list.
Trying to
Jerry.
think of scores.
I know nothing about this sport.
Trying to think of scores. All-time scores. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think boomer guesses. I'm saying fuck the current players. I'm Kevin Durant. Let me lock that one in. I'm Kevin Durant. That one.
Katie?
Yeah.
No.
I know that one's not it.
No. All right, you guys are down a strike each. Might have an overtime here.
Lock in time.
We have 2 strikes each, right?
No,
got 3.
you guys have 1 left.
Who's
Oh,
got
we
3?
each have 1 strike.
Yeah, I gave you
left.
guys 4 for
Okay.
this one.
Too grimy, can't throw it. Throw in, let's keep it on the side, not in the bin, but on the side.
I don't know. This is tough. Yeah, man. This is a game I knew I wasn't gonna be good at coming out. Current players.
4. You have 4 current players. It's a lot of guys.
How's my brain just off?
Yeah, my brain is off right now is the other thing.
I see all the faces, but no names. Alright, back to the boomers.
Could Luca somehow be on this list?
Luca is on this list.
I'm gonna say it's Luca, and I think he had. I'm gonna say 4 or 5. My final answer. I'm gonna lock it at 5.
Oh,
4. It was 4.
Fuck. Yeah, that was a good guess. It was a great guess.
What's the point
But-
total?
You are up 4. Jerry needs to bang some down here.
Boomer time!
It is boomer time.
Boomer time! All-time scores are old. I'm going with the boomers here. Oh, no. Newer guys. That one's too obvious, though. Way too obvious. But it's
Throw
not.
it down, Jerry.
It's not it. It's gonna piss me off. I've been like this way too many times recently, but I'm gonna be wrong when I say it. Because I've been right, and I've been saying no, then I'm wrong, and I'm right. Alright. I want to say this, it's gonna be wrong, but like I say one more guess, it doesn't count though. Because the game's over.
Pick with your heart. Think about it.
My heart goes to a pick that I know is not going to work.
Boomer or a new guy?
We'll go with the Boomer.
Rip it.
We'll go with Elgin Baylor.
Elgin Baylor is correct. How many games?
So Elgin Baylor got it. We'll say 6.
Both of you guys, 1 off.
5?
Yes. Damn. It's all right. You were down 1. Still got a strike each.
Elgin averaged like 36 in a season. I'm like, he has to.
Back to Walker. Putting the pressure on.
Jalen Brunson 37.
Jerry can tie this. We could have overtime.
D-Wade.
No.
Nope.
D-Wade not on it. All right, Jerry. Got to have a big hit here to push it to overtime.
We have 2 Boomers left. I'm actually still surprised that Allen Iverson is not on that
Yeah.
list. I
Yeah.
want to say Trace McGrady, but no, that's not true.
Is that your pick?
No.
He's throwing out shots to see if we can get a reaction there, I think.
We need a final guess.
It's not Trace. I don't know if it's Trace McGrady. Yeah, I'm not going to go with that.
We need a
I'm
final
going to try to
guess.
think of a current player real quick.
Like I said, Walker got Luka. There's 3 other guys current.
Oh,
Dang!
You saw that? I
That's
saw
a
that.
Jalen Brunson
Jalen
might have just put the
Brunson,
series
3.
away.
Puts the series away.
Well, we got 4
Not
seconds
over
on.
yet.
We
You
got 4
4
seconds on the
You got
clock.
a shot left. You got a shot. Wow.
Wow, that is big.
Wow, what a fucking shot. Nick Pinaro is fucking screaming at the TV right now. You know that.
Yeah.
Here's an old head. Boomer picks locked in. David Robinson. No.
Bang.
Walker wins a surprising NBA
Who
game.
was the other ones?
Kareem.
I would go against
Oh,
Kareem.
wow. I don't know how I missed Kareem.
I know. I still have Kareem. I
Pete
didn't,
Maravich.
Pistol Pete would have been
Pistol
tricky.
Pete. Rick Barry. Were you thinking about him? Yeah?
That was my Boomer pick where I'm like,
Uh,
yeah, I'm going to throw it to the side, though. We'll throw Rick Barry.
Okay.
I had thought about saying
He
Shea.
did average over 30.
Damian Lillard.
I would never have guessed Dame.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed
would've thought about
Dame.
I would never have guessed Dame.
Dame, if you really think about it, Dame just has a bunch
Dame
of
makes
big
sense. Dame
games.
does make sense, but I wouldn't have thought about it.
That's fine. And Russ.
Raw.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's like Russ was old, but he was he's still current, but he was really good.
So,
All right, so
well, I think honestly we might put up a ticker who's up in games when we do our game days, but
we can do it. I think, yeah, we'll figure it out.
we're
But
gonna start fresh. Walker has won the first game of Game of the Week.
wow, what about those early ones?
They never count preseason.
Don't count it.
Preseason
I
game.
was up big, I thought.
That was preseason. That was
Actually,
preseason.
I don't know. That was preseason.
Man,
All right, mark it down in your notebook.
Well, that's
Up
too, so
one
it's
in
all right.
Game of the Week.
All right, so that concludes our show today. Hopefully everyone that stopped in enjoyed. And we'll be back next week as the Knicks
There it is.
close out the Pistons.
Close it out. Perfect
I need
timing.
to,
Get the sports.
get me out of here. We'll see you guys next week.